I was digging around at a discount store when I found way in the back a box of Lorcana cards that seemed really beat up. It's for the set Into the Inklands, which I believe released a little while ago, so maybe did we find a really cool treasure, or did somebody take all of the good cards out of here? I paid $30 for this entire thing, and you actually get 2 ready-to-play decks, which each include a booster pack. We also get 4 additional booster packs, and then 1 promo card, which I'm pretty pumped about. And just to make sure we're not missing anything, here is the backside. We're not really going to get into the decks today because they're the same for everything. The real thing I'm excited about is those packs. And I'm noticing here, the glue is still on it, so I think we'll be okay. But before we can be too sure, let's start by taking these out. Okay, so the first deck is looking pretty clean, not bad. Let me see what else we've got. Okay, next up should be the 4 packs and the promo card. Okay, that's 3 of the packs. Here's the promo though. We have Mickey Mouse Pirate Captain, which honestly is so amazing. And yeah, we have these 3 here, which looks like we have a Jafar, Piglet, as well as Minnie. And where is that 4th one? I hope it's in here. If not, I'm gonna be really bummed. No, I feel it. It's kind of like slid under the other one. Yeah. Here it is, everybody. We have Minnie again. So it must just be 3 different arts. And then, of course, everybody, we've got to get into that other box, which is also looking all right. We've got Peter Pan, and then I believe that's Pongo on the front there. Yeah, it's looking pretty clean. And now, before we crack into any of these packs, I figured we might as well get the other pack out of here, too, which I believe is going to be another Into the Inklands. Yes, it is. Okay, nice. So we're going to have 6 to crack open altogether. Ta-da! Another Minnie Mouse. And now, I'm not going to show you both of these because they are pretty much exactly the same, just with like different kind of like regular cards to be able to make a deck to play. But you can see on top here, you do get an exclusive, which is going to be the like, kind of like, you know, holographic version of Moana, which I do like. It's the only way that you can get them, and I think it's a neat thing to include, but it's not why we're here today. This is what we're going for, so let's just start cracking. Now, I don't think I've ever opened up any of the Into the Inklands. I have opened a few of the other sets before. Like, I remember when they first released, they were hard to get, and whatever I could get my hands on, I tried to open. Okay, we're starting off with Forbidden Mountain. Then we have Rufus, which is really cool. We have Ba-Boom! That's a lot of fun. Peter Pan, the Neverland hero. We also have DeVille Manor. Ah, Cruella DeVille. That makes sense. We've got Patch. Oh, this is so funny. If you guys don't know, behind me, you can see a lot of Funko Pops. They just made a Patch figure, so I'm really excited that this card is here. We've got Kit Cloud Kicker. Oh my gosh. Mr. Smee. What do we have next? Whoop, don't want to spoil anything here. Slightly. We also have John Silver, Maleficent, which is looking pretty cool. Float Sam, I believe is his name. Flotsam? I can't remember. It's one of those ones from Ariel, the Little Mermaid. And then behind that, we of course just have, like, you know, it's telling you about other stuff. Oh, this was the first set with the new card locations. I believe so anyways. That would make sense. Like, that's why they're including these here. Yeah, it says new card type. It must be. And now I know when you get towards the back of each pack, you do get, like, slightly rarer cards. I don't know which ones are, like, you know, if they're super expensive or not, or if they're, like, a hard one to get. I do know what enchanted cards look like, though, so I'll be able to pull those ones out. But for the most part, I mean, I know it's shiny and that's about it. I also like my characters, so we'll see if I can get them. A Scrooge McDuck would be pretty cool if there is one inside, because I see him on this here, so I would assume so. Either way, let's just find out what is in the next pack here. So we've got Diablo, we've got Pluto, Kita, we have Kakamoro, that's so great. Sir Hiss, Dalmatian Puppy, Mama Odie, you gotta dig a little deeper. Queen of Hearts, Maui, that's a really great one. We also have Fang, River City, Ursula, and behind that, we've got Chief Tui. Ooh, I really do like that holographic. Now, one thing that I am noticing here is that for like the second last card on this one, we got this Ursula with kind of like, you know, like a bronzed colored little logo. But for this one here with Maleficent, it was gold. So I'm guessing she's probably like a rarer one to get, even though she isn't that holographic. That's what it's looking like. This is definitely one of those things where as I open up more of them, I'm gonna learn. But for now, you guys are gonna have to teach me a little bit in the comments. But anyways, let's get into Magic Carpet. We've got Louie. We have Minnie Mouse, which is the one that was actually on the front of the pack there. Moana, how far will she go? I'm gonna stop doing that. We have Cubby. We also have Miss Bianca. Ooh, the Sorcerer's Tower. That's cool. We've got Rolly, Raleigh, one of those two. Friar Tuck. Pluto. Ooh. We have, now what is this one here? Arulian gyro sensor. What is this from? I have no clue. Does it say on here somewhere? I'm not seeing it. I wish I knew. Anyways, then behind that we have Nani. Ooh, that one's cool. Funny enough, Lilo and Stitch is actually one of my favorite movies, so it's cool to get a Nani card here. And now, with that one being one of the ones I got, is there maybe other characters in here, like a Stitch or a Lilo? That would be neat. Or I would also really like a Jumba and Pleakley. I think that would be amazing. But anyways, getting on to this next pack here, this is number 4. We've got Bestow a Gift. We have McDuck Manor. Razul, I believe is his name. Jim Hawkins. We've got Jet Sam. Ooh, Cleansing Rainwater. Okay, not bad. Prince John in his bed is super funny. We've got Scrooge's Top Hat. Lithos. Maui. Oh, when does Maui turn into a whale? No, he definitely does. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But behind that, we've got Piglet. That one is really cute. I'm a big fan of that Piglet card. And then behind that, we have Genie, which looks, yeah, to be the holographic. I also know because this game is playable, sometimes the regular cards are a little bit more sought after. And again, when it comes to that, I am not gonna know. But I do have you guys that can help me out a little bit. So let's get into this Minnie Mouse pack here, which again, I am loving the art for this. I think it's super cute. But I'm trying to think. So like when I first started opening these up, I remember they would be just like random cards that would be like $14. And I'm thinking that's because they were a little bit harder to get in the beginning, Grammatala. But, yeah, maybe now it's a little bit easier because I'm able to see the cards more often in stores. But yeah, for a while there, it was like, you know, this random Piglet card might have been super playable. So it would have been like $20, and then if you get the holographic one, it would have been like $35, which was pretty crazy that that was happening. Map of Treasure Planet, and then behind that, we've got Captain Hook, and, whoa, Dive Bomb. Okay, now I don't think this is like, you know, one of the, what are they called? The enchanted cards again, because it would be like a full art all the way around. But it seems a lot cleaner with the holographic there. Like there's less text, and I think that that's really cool. I don't know if I've ever seen one like this. So yeah, pretty interesting. Definitely one that I'm gonna have to throw into my holographic pile, that's for sure. And now let's find out what we're gonna be getting on this last pack here. And I don't know what this normally retails for. Is it maybe like $50, $60, something like that? So I think honestly, whatever I get inside of here for 30 bucks, it's a pretty great deal. Because when it comes to this box, if you don't know, it's actually their way of being like, you could play an entire game with just this here, because there's 2 decks that come inside, so you know, for 2 people of course, and then you get these bonus ones to maybe like, you know, beef up your deck a little bit if you want to change something. And anyways, we have the Bayou. We also have Scrope, Backstabber. What is this from? Scrope. Storyborn Villain Alien Pirate, maybe from Treasure Planet? That would make the most sense. Then we have Starlight Vial and Ariel, and one more I think. We've got, whoa, Helga Sinclair. Okay, there we go, guys. That is our last holographic. Honestly, you know what? Not some bad stuff. You do get the 2 decks like I was talking about, so there is some exclusive cards in there. These are all the holographics that I got, and let me know which one was your favorite, because I have a feeling out of these here, it's probably going to be Genie, but I also did really like Dive Bomb too. That art's super fun. And again, everybody, we've got to talk about that promo card. This Pirate Mickey Mouse here, I am loving the edges on it, so for 30 bucks, I think, you know what? It's a pretty great deal. I'm glad I picked this up. Even though this box was completely damaged, it was still a fun thing to open. And I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, it seems like we got it all. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.